Talk to me. WSRadio.com.
The San Diego Council on Literacy brings you Literacy for All with your host, Jose Cruz.
Welcome back to the show. We are here with Dr. Veleka Iwuaba. She is with San Diego Continuing Education and speaking with us about a special program. But I did want to go back. We're going to come back and talk about career and college readiness courses. But let's go back to actually the parent organization. What you're doing is part of San Diego Community College District?
Yes, that is correct. So within San Diego Community College District, we have the entity San Diego Continuing Education. Mm-hmm. And so it's just as the name suggests, it is actually continuing education. So it is for students that did not finish their high school diploma, so we support them there. There are students who want to, maybe they finished their high school diploma and they want some certifications in certain areas, mm-hmm. and so we support them in that. Because this is non-credit mm-hmm. versus the credit side, which would be community college, everything's free.
Mm-hmm. Very good. Yeah. Now, and so people, and I'm not sure if you have the numbers, and I'm just going to say you're seeing a percentage of students who are going from that San Diego Continuing Education programming into community college courses?
Absolutely. Absolutely. And that is the goal.
Mm-hmm.
That's the goal, is for us to understand what the needs of the student are, meet those needs, and help them to transition to whatever's next. Hopefully it's college, or maybe it's one of the career trainings that we offer, but we're really trying to set them up for success and whatever that means to the student. And so we have rigorous curriculum that we use in the classroom. And if the students aren't quite where they need to be, let's say they want to go into automotive tech or mm-hmm. something like that, if they're not quite up to par with their reading skills, then we're going to work on doing what we need to get them to be to that point. So if they're not good at reading or math, we have classes to support that. Or even if let's say they want to become a CNA and they're mm-hmm. going to prep to take a test, or they want to go into nursing class, which we do have a lot of students for whom English is their second language. Mm-hmm. So when they're trying to prep to take, for example, the TEAS, which is a test that is required to go into nursing programs, they struggle on the reading section. So sometimes we may refer them to join a GED course just to get some practice with reading and understanding vocabulary and being able to break it down. So there are supports in place, and we're all working as one unified unit to help move that student to whatever is next for them.
So potentially, just the way you have the system set up, a person can come in as an immigrant, a refugee. English is not their first language. They have a desire to go into a career. They show up at one of the campuses, go through a San Diego Continuing Education program, learn English, learn more in terms of reading and writing English, get into a little bit of a trade, move into the city college program. I'm doing this rather rapidly, and then getting a degree, going all the way to a 4-year school, right?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Yes. I mean, myself, I am a product of community college school district, mm-hmm. and I'm proud of it. Mm-hmm. That getting my associates was actually one of the happiest times for me. So, and I know what it's like to go and to be lost in the beginning. So it took me a long time to move through.
And you have a PhD.
I do have
So
a
what
PhD.
happened after City College?
I went on to San Diego State,
mm-hmm.
and then I got my bachelor's degree there, and then I moved to to Texas and went to UT Southwestern Medical School and got my PhD in cancer biology. So I know what it's like and the power of a mentor. So for me personally, being a mentor is really important to students, because that is someone who helps encourage them to keep pushing forward and not looking at all the problems and seeing them as something greater than themselves.
Mm-hmm. So you can tell the story. I mean, you can share that with other individuals. Do you yourself have interaction with the students, or is it more the faculty and implementing the program?
I have direct interaction with the students.
Okay.
I teach the course, and then I support them in whatever way I can and try to find the best avenue that we can talk about for them to go into.
Very good. What, I know this is going to be hard to pinpoint, but maybe something that you see on a given day, the students show up, their attitude, enthusiasm, retention rates, those kinds of things. What happens when you lose people, or what are you doing to keep them engaged and excited and motivated?
Well, I think on a personal level, what I do in the class to keep students engaged is being authentic. I'm just real with them. When things are going on with me, we talk about it. When things are going on with them, I talk to them about it. Or if I notice that there's changes in the student, I try not to let them slip through the cracks. And I just approach each student as an individual instead of the whole class as this large group of people. I want to see each student and say, hey, what's going on with you today? I noticed that you don't look well or you're not happy. I think that is something that really resonates with students when they realize that they're just not one of many faces in the crowd, but you actually have an interest in them and you want them to succeed.
Absolutely. And there's so much that you are all doing on a community level. And I know that just being engaged with some of the leadership, that there is a food pantry, that there are books for kids and other things that I don't think people realize. You have starving students, I mean, literally starving students, that they're motivated to come to school and they haven't had anything to eat. And so those are just some of the things that are, I think, responsive to the communities where you are present.
Yes. So we have this food pantry, and this is something I'm super excited about because we do have students that come to class that are homeless. Mm-hmm. We have students that are dealing with all types of violence and just a lot of trauma that they're coming in with, and they need support. They need to know that there are resources that are going to help them while they're trying to better themselves. A lot of times their only place of feeling comfort is in school, but they're so frustrated because of what's going on at home. It makes it difficult for them to do well while they're there.
Right.
And so for me in my class and along with my colleagues, we try to make this class a sanctuary, a place where they can come, they can feel relaxed. We do mindfulness activities to help them process the stress, and we talk about it so that they can find avenues of how they can impact their own change.
Man, I could use some mindfulness activities. It's just really hard to get lost in our own circle of circumstances. So,
yes.
Sometimes we're just on automatic, and that's not always the best thing. Tell us about the future of college and career readiness. Is this the flavor of the month? And I know it's not. Is it the future? Is it something that's trending in, let's say, high schools and such? I'm familiar with, for example, the Classrooms of the Future Foundation and what they're doing to put young people on career paths.
Well, I think that we're really trying something that's not 100% new, but it's powerful. Mm-hmm. And a lot of students are saying, and this is something that I keep hearing every class I teach, they're saying that I wish I had this when I was younger. I wish if I had this class, I would have made different decisions. I wish I had this at the beginning of my academic career. And so what we're hoping is that for San Diego continuing education, that this class will move to the forefront, that this will be the gateway for them to go into all the different programs that they have. Because one of the things it teaches is soft skills. And when you have soft skills, you actually learn how to get along with everyone. You know how to resolve conflicts. You know how to show up and be productive wherever you are, and these translate into our personal lives, into our academic and our professional lives. And so when they have this kind of foundation, now when teachers upset them, they don't run away, they talk about it, and then they can stay. And the same thing in the workplace, they can find jobs and keep jobs. Very
good, very good. And the soft skills piece is a whole other aspect of being equipped to be in a career. We can come back another time and have a conversation about that, because some folks, well educated, they may have the skills and such, and they may be driven, but they may not have those skills, or what we call emotional intelligence and such, and just things where you're getting along with people. We're going to go to break, but actually we're ending this show. Anything you want to say in terms of how people can contact you?
I believe they can just go to the SDCE.edu website and look and see what we have to offer. And if they need to contact me directly, it's viwuaba@sdccd.edu.
Thank you, Veleka. So glad to have you on the show. You've been listening to Literacy for All. We're on WS Radio, the worldwide leader in Internet talk.
raised $8,000 to build schools for South African children.
After realizing how many people go hungry in San Diego, I now volunteer at a food pantry.
I'm spending the next year doing volunteer projects across 3 countries and helping in ways they designate to be the most helpful.
The World Link program at the Joan B. Kroc Institute for Peace and Justice recognizes the potential of youth as agents of social change. Learn how you can help youth become a generation of leaders in action at peace.sandiego.edu.
In the military, things can change in an instant. Your personal life is just the same. Just like you protect our country, you want your family protected. That's why thousands of military members trust Navy Mutual Life Insurance. Navy Mutual is nonprofit, providing current and former Navy, Marine, and Coast Guard families with life insurance, no sales fees, and no military service restrictions. Protecting members on active duty and beyond. Call 1-800-628-6011, 800-628-6011, NavyMutual.org, insuring those who serve.
Nowadays, internet devices are an integral part of your home. Everyone in your family has a smartphone, tablet, or a computer. Life is easier knowing that all your devices are secured and your family can surf the internet carefree. ESET Multi-Device Security Pack does just that. One license for all your devices. With ESET, it's simple to stay protected and save money. Enjoy safer technology with ESET Multi-Device Security Pack at ESET.com. That's ESET.com.
I've heard this is like one of the best pizza spots in town.
Yes, it is.
I'll do a slice of pepperoni, slice of vegetarian.
You got it.
And I will pay for all of that in 3 days.
In 3 days?
What's that mean? Well, wait, you accept credit cards. That money's not going to hit your account for 3 days anyway.
I need my money quicker.
At Chase, we hear you. With Express Funding, card payments are in your Chase account the next business day. Go to chase.com/expressfunding. Chase for business, so you can.
Compensated participation. All businesses are subject to credit approval. Not all clients are eligible for next business day funding, and additional terms, conditions, and restrictions apply.
Tired of presentations with no impact, no inspiration, and no traction? Do dull speakers have you and your team disengaged and distracted by smartphones? Christopher McCullough brings energy, insights, and 2 decades of experience, delivered with punch, humor, and heart. Your team will leave energized, uplifted, and with a sense of purpose. Visit ChristopherMcCullough.com to bring some heat to your next speaking engagement. McCulloughe. ChristopherMcCullough.com.
Are you serious about your music? Are you ready to run with the big dogs? The experts at Pitbull Audio have the gear to get you into the game. From leading manufacturers like Mesa Boogie, Fender, Pioneer, and American Audio. To sound your best, you need the best. Pitbull Audio can deliver in rehearsal, on stage, and into the big time. Dropping beats, shredding guitar, or making the crowd roar. Whatever you dream, Pitbull Audio can help make it happen. We are Pitbull Audio. We want you to play it loud. Pitbullaudio.com.